going to talk about cells. Not these sort of cells. These cells. This is Robert Hooke. He was the first person to describe cells under a very basic microscope in 1665. And he actually looked at cork cells. And he described them as cells because what he saw were just blocks, basically, a little bit like a jail cell. Cell theory is three components that you need to know. The first one is that cells are the building blocks of life. The second one is that all living things are made of cells. And number three, new cells come from pre-existing cells. Some organisms are made up of only one cell and are called unicellular organisms, like bacteria or amoeba in pond water. Some organisms are made up of billions of cells and are called multicellular organisms, like birds, plants, and humans. In fact, we have about 200 billion cells. Some cells have organelles inside them that perform specific functions, like we have organs inside us. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. The mitochondria are the power stations of the cell. This is where energy is produced. The cytoplasm is the inside of the cell and is like jelly. The cell membrane is around the outside of the cell, and this controls what enters and exits the cell, a little bit like a guard tower or a fence. Animals and plants in particular differ in their cellular structure. Plants have some organelles that animals don't. The first one are chloroplasts, which are the site of photosynthesis, which is how a plant makes their food. The cell wall is a rigid structure outside the cell membrane that gives the cell extra support and protection. And they also have large vacuoles for storage, especially of water. So if we have a look at the diagrams of an animal cell and a plant cell, they both have a nucleus, a control center. Both have a cytoplasm, or the inside of the cell, and they both have the cell membrane, which is the black line, the controlling what enters and exits the cell. Plant, though, has some extras. The plants also have chloroplasts for photosynthesis, a big storage vacuole, and this cell wall, which is outside of the cell membrane. Remembering that both of them also have mitochondria to produce energy, and they also both have many other organelles.